Hey guys, finally getting around to shooting a video of a truck that I just picked up, well, a couple of months ago. I've had enough time behind the wheel to really get to know it, and these are kind of rare vehicles. In 2010, they only made 48 of these things, and I've wanted one for a long time, and was looking a few years ago and couldn't find one. They're just not readily available. Anyway, I found this one close by, went out, looked at it, and bought it, and fairly low miles, and I've had enough time behind the wheel to really get to know the truck. I drove it 1,800 miles each way from Atlanta to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Great trip. Did a little camping out there, and I'm going to talk about what's great about it and what's not so great about it. Anyway, let's get started. Here's my 2010 H3T Alpha, and by it being an Alpha, that means it has a V8 engine, which is much better for towing. You can pull campers and boats and such. The inline 5, which is on the base model, just doesn't have the oomph I think that you really need, and I've heard a lot of guys in the forums talk about how underpowered it actually is if you have the inline 5. So I'm glad this one is an Alpha. I actually wouldn't have bought it unless it was. One of the weird things about this truck is how many times you see the word Hummer. How can you not know that it was a Hummer? Amazing. Well, you got one there, one on the plate. Each wheel says Hummer. The running boards say Hummer in 2 places, and there's another one there. The gas cap says Hummer. The rear bumper says Hummer, and it's on the other side as well, and both of the optional toolboxes each say Hummer. It's everywhere. I don't know how you can miss that it's not a Hummer. Anyway, sort of odd, I thought. Now, inside of this truck is pretty nice because it's an Alpha. It has leather, which is really great, and one of the really cool things, this sunroof is really big. It's really big. Now, there have been problems reported with drainage issues on all the H3s. The drain lines in the roof don't work properly a lot of the times. They get clogged with debris, so you have to clear them fairly often. And I had a leak problem in the back, which I fixed, and it no longer leaks anymore. I just cleared the lines. It was full of junk. Interior wise, it's okay. I mean, there's some cheap plastic. One of the things that bother me is this is really chintzy. I mean, it's really hard plastic and kind of moves around a lot, but you can't have everything, I guess. But I took this truck to Jackson Hole, Wyoming just recently. Drove it 1,800 miles each way. And oh, this is an addition. I added this little tray carrier, because there's really not much in the way of storage in here except for the glove box and that little thing there. And it did great. I mean, I was really worried, breakdown or whatever. But no, it did fantastic all the way. And I actually slept in here when I couldn't find a campsite, which was not bad at all. Just throw the seat back, and it worked really well. Now, this H3T Alpha does not have the Adventure package, which adds lockers to the 4-wheel drive system. And that would be nice if you're taking it off-road a lot. It would really be nice pulling you through bad stuff. But I have not tested this one yet. But I will soon, I think. It's fairly optioned out with the sunroof. Has adjustable seats that are heated, which are nice. Power windows, power locks, auto headlights, tilt wheel. Stereo's decent, has satellite, which I used, actually activated it for my long trip, which was really nice. Lots of lights inside, and a fair amount of room in the back. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I have not had anybody ride back here yet, but there's a lot. Oh, one thing that does bother me, I thought I'd talk about the negatives, is this wacky system that they came up with for storage in the back of the seats. They're not good. I mean, they fall off all the time. It just easily, I mean, just like that. just fall right off. I mean, it doesn't take much to make them come down. That is a problem. What else? Oh, when I got this, it had some aftermarket wheels on it, and I changed those out to standard wheels and with adventure size tires. The base model comes with a little bit smaller tire, so I put adventure size on here, brand new. I took the chrome bumper off. I just didn't like the look. I'm not going to be pushing down any trees anytime soon, or going through the brush ever, I doubt. The bed of the truck is about 5'2", and it's adequate. I mean, actually, on my trip to Jackson Hole, I camped back here. I put a truck bed tent on here. It's a Napier truck bed tent for the 5'2" bed, and it fit perfectly. And I'll show you a couple of photos of my setup. My camp setup when I was out there. And the toolboxes, I took the toolboxes out, of course. They hold a lot of stuff and got a lot of tie downs, have this rack system for tie downs. There are a lot of aftermarket things that they only made for a few years that are hard to find. There's a bicycle rack, there's a motorcycle rack, and other things that I have not been able to locate, only because they didn't make very many of them. Again, only 48 of these things were made in 2010, and then they killed the brand. But If you look at the styling of this truck, it's nice, and actually it looks a lot like a Jeep Gladiator. When I'm in traffic and I pull up next to a Gladiator, the guys will look at it like, what the hell is that? Because you don't see these very often. Now, that Gladiator is definitely much more technologically advanced than this truck is. And it can do more. It's probably a much better truck. But this one is sort of an anomaly now, and people like it. And I like it. I enjoy it so far. It has all the skid plates underneath for protection off-road. Lots of hooks for pulling, fog lights. It's just been a really nice truck. Well, that's a quick overview of this little thing, and hopefully I'll do another video of me taking it in the woods and seeing what it can do.